They'll pop up like toast.
Lee.
Yeah, so what were we saying, D? Do you like to eat bum? Do you put your jam on it first, or how you like to do your thing?
We're live. What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Cut the Chat live. Let me put it on the gallery view so we can see all four of us. How is everybody?
Hey, so how do you take your jam like that?
My jam?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Do you know what's so funny? I just moved house, yeah, so I've been going through loads of old, I found bare old hard drives. I found a video of you eating the peach at one of the first Cut the Chat lives. And you was eating it mad sexual. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Beast. You absolutely,
that was the nail.
Yeah, you was eating it mad sexual. And I know Bear Girls got wet during that.
Tell them again.
Yeah, and that was before eating pom pom was fashionable. He was ahead of your time.
I set trends. although I don't want to go too well, but a man in this group taught me about eating bum. I don't know about eating bum. I'm not at liberty to disclose that information today.
Expose them
now. No, I will not, because that person is my friend.
Okay. I know it wasn't Femi. Femi ain't got the neck for eating bum. Yeah. You need to get your neck in that.
One of those podcasts. Started today's podcast, yeah?
It's one of them podcasts. Sorry, Femi. We apologize. Anyway, how's everyone's week been, first and foremost?
Oh.
Lee, how's your week been? I saw you today, right? How's your week been?
Yeah, I saw Demo today. Nah, it's been all right. Same old. I'm getting back into the swing of things. You know what I mean? The sun was out, so I was having fun this week and I wasn't working.
People out there yet? Are people shopping yet?
Nah, not really.
Still not.
There are people out there, don't get it twisted, but no one's... You know, I'm seeing a lot of electric scooters. Are you not seeing this? They're everywhere now. Everywhere. They are everywhere. That must be the Christmas #1 seller this year, no?
But I saw one wetting. Must have been at least in about 50 miles per hour the other day.
Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah,
I saw one wetting, going. I was like, raw.
Well, the big tires?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one is more expensive. That one's solid, because I've seen that one blowing. And I'm like, right, if you come off of that, that's it, you know?
Yeah, I'm going back to work next week. I'm thinking about picking up one of them. Do you think I can rock that?
Hey,
no?
Yeah.
Don't do it, no?
Yes, do it. Do it with a helmet. That with a helmet.
You know what's funny? Ace is the only one we haven't seen ride a bike.
Why? I can ride a bike.
We haven't seen you. You can say whatever you want to say. We have not seen you ride a bike.
Do you know what's funny? The week I bought a bike, I was zatting past the barbershop bare times, but I didn't want no one to see me. Did I tell you about when I dropped under the tunnel?
What?
At the Emirates.
Oh man! So there's a line. You're not supposed to ride on the line.
Yeah,
on the painted line. It was pain. It was so much pain. When you're skidding across the floor for about 20 seconds. And the thing is, you got to get up quick. Yeah, you can't even. If you check yourself to see if you're hurt, then people are gonna realize what go on, innit?
So
you got to jump. You just got to get back on the bike. When you get home, you just got
slow, bro.
Yeah, nah.
You got to get up slow. Trying to get up quick, looking at you like, look at this idiot. Look at this idiot trying to get up like we didn't see him. You got to get up slow like you're a mash up.
Yeah.
And then people have more sympathy.
But I'm also one of them people. Whenever I do something whenever I'm either in pain or I'm under pressure or I've about to keel over, I laugh at myself. Even I don't know if you all remember when you took me to hospital, there was times when I was laughing at myself. I just think you're such a dickhead. Why are you in this predicament? And so whenever I fall over, I just end up laughing at myself. So people must just think I'm crazy. People think I'm proper crazy.
When you walked to that window at Liverpool and you was busting up
Yeah, you have to laugh. I just look at myself and think you're such a big dickhead. Why'd you do these things? You're too big to be so clumsy, bro. Is what it is.
Oh, bro.
I'll be real, yeah.
David, do you remember that?
Sorry.
Remember what?
When you walked to the Femi, was you there? You was there.
I didn't really I didn't really do most of that tour, to be fair.
Femi wasn't there. Femi only came to Birmingham, and I think Femi wasn't at Liverpool.
I was at Birmingham and Edinburgh.
Okay. To be fair, they were the biggest shows, though. To be honest with you, you didn't miss much.
What you said? The other ones were like intimate living rooms.
Well, yeah. Well, Liverpool, we got food poisoning by the only Caribbean restaurant there. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, and everyone was bigging up this restaurant. Like, yeah, you gotta go. I can't remember what it was called. I don't want to slander them anyway, but they made everyone ill.
Everyone,
nasty.
My belly was mash up.
Nasty.
My belly was mash up.
Everyone can make West Indian food. Remember when we went to did you come to the West Indian in Ibiza? Oh my days, that was. That was Damon's shout, man. Oh, that was
funky. Funky Rastafarians.
They were Brazilian. They were Brazilian. They were Brazilian. Pretend wrestlers.
They were Ace's people, shout.
No, don't chat.
We went down with the DJ them times there. It was your link, Ace. Remember the DJ?
Nah. Oh yeah. I remember that. Now we can hot him up. It was Policy's Brethrens, Rago.
Is that what it was?
DJ Policy. It was Policy's guys. But
we waited 3 hours for planting.
And they tried to fry green plantain.
I don't know what that was green banana.
They tried to fry that. It was nasty. It was so bad.
Why is green banana called green banana when it's planting?
No, green banana. I know.
Femi, you've unleashed something because I always thought that green banana was planting.
No, it's not.
Wait.
Different.
What on earth are you two talking about?
Oh,
so there's a green plantain. There's green plantain.
No, it's not green plantain. It's green banana.
No, there's green plantain.
You get what I'm saying? But it looks.
It's a green banana.
Have you ever bought it?
Yeah.
What does it look
banana.
like?
Yama banana is like a.
But what does it look like? What does it look like?
It looks like a banana and a plantain.
It looks like a banana that you can eat.
But it's green. But it's green though, so you know it's not that. Because you wouldn't eat a banana that green anyway.
Do you know green plantain? Yeah, what I think Caribbeans call green plantain.
It's not green plantain.
Looks
green
like
banana.
plantain, not even green banana.
What?
I'm so confused.
Damon, what's going on here?
Is it actually a banana? Is it actually banana?
It's banana. It's green banana.
Can I just ask a question? Let me start with the West Indians. What you guys are telling us is there's a green plantain and a green banana.
No, it's just green banana. There's no such thing as green plantain.
We have green plantain, 100%. We have a green plantain.
Hey, I don't care what you man have. I don't care.
Wait, so you're saying there's plantain, which is yellow.
Hey, do me a favor.
I keep changing my pronunciation.
I've Googled it.
Go on. Femi, break it down. Femi, break it down.
It's green banana. It's green banana.
Hey,
no, banana. It's not plantain. It's not green plantain.
So there's not green plantain.
No, it's green banana.
You see the West Indian shop, Ace? I told you to go to in Fort Heath.
Yeah.
Go there and tell them that you want green plantain.
Go there after green plantain.
I'll record it.
Yeah.
So we can see.
Wait, so there's no.
So I
thought there was yellow. This is what, honestly, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I'm today's years old when I found this out. I thought there was yellow plantain or plantain, depending on where you're from. Then green plantain, because my mum used to call it plantain as well. And then I kept hearing about green banana. I thought that was the next thing.
Out of respect for your mum, I have respect for your mum because you know I love your mum to bits.
I'm going to kill my mum.
We're not going to go down that road, but Ace.
Should we call my mum?
Yes, please.
All right, keep talking.
Call your mum.
I thought there was a green plantain and green banana were two different things. No? Okay. You not leave me alone anyway.
I should saying that there is a green plantain, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Never heard of green plantain.
No, there is.
In your face. There is.
I guarantee you have never eaten green plantain.
Should I be honest, Damon? What I thought, was that Caribbeans called green plantain green banana.
That's fine. But
that's what I thought. That's it.
You're right. That's fine. But that's not what we call green banana. Green banana is green banana. And that's what you get when you have hard food. Yeah. Yam, dumpling.
Yeah, yam
green
and
banana.
Green plantain. Green plantain.
No, don't. That don't even sound right, Ace. Yam and green plantain, please.
I probably don't like hard food.
Yam and banana. Yam and banana.
Mum, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hi, Mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you not hear my mum?
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, cool. All right, so Mum,
Yeah.
are you listening?
Listening to what?
You're live on the podcast, so don't say anything that's gonna upset me, yeah?
What do you mean? You didn't even. I didn't even know.
Right, just listen. You're live on the podcast. Just a quick question, yeah? See, like when you make like yam and like spinach stew, yeah?
Yeah.
And you have like the boiled plantain, yeah?
Yeah.
That's green, isn't it?
Yeah, it's green. Yeah.
So what do you call that? Green plantain or green banana?
Green plantain.
Wow, thank you very much. These are telling me this.
Green plantain.
So is there a different
banana?
You know, it could be two different things, right?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying when I went on Google,
yeah,
it told me that it was two different things.
Okay, Mum. Anyway, thank you for settling my argument.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
All right, Mum. Sweet as a nut.
That was clear, innit? Should I call someone else? There you go. Anyway, how are you guys? Who's eating green banana today?
No one's eating green banana today.
I don't even like green banana.
I think it's disgusting.
It's bland.
It's dead.
Someone said the plantain's green because it's not ripe. No, that's not what we're talking about.
Well, we are parable. Wagwan, we are parable. I see you.
But that is true. That is true, you know.
But we move on. This is not even a topic. I'm bored of this subject.
You're bored of it because you don't consume either of the foods that we're talking about. That's why.
What do you mean? I'm like, bro, Damon, allow it. Like, allow this thing. Man's had hard food and all them things. It's just not nice. It's not nice. It's not my favorite Caribbean cuisine. You know, slyly, yeah, Caribbean. You know what? When we used to go to like in Jamaica and like the breakfast was definitely my least favorite meal. I only like.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jamaican breakfast.
Jamaican breakfast, I thought was not that great. I only like callaloo and something else. I can't even. Callaloo. And a fish something, and that was it. Everything else, I just felt like, oh god.
So what do you man got for breakfast?
What?
No, let's not do this Caribbean.
Yeah. Forget all of that.
I don't like ackee and saltfish. I think ackee and saltfish is maybe.
Bro, you just said let's not do this. Let's move on.
Someone in the chat just said, "Oh, ackee and saltfish." I like salt mackerel and callaloo. That's it.
Allow it. We
got to say, if they want to invite me around for food, I'm just letting them know like what I like.
All right, cool. Let's move on. We got to say happy birthday to Montserrat. Montserrat was some birthday yesterday. How old yesterday?
Montserrat can be 19 or 57, one of the two. I'm not sure which one it is. He's one of them, man. There, you know what I mean? You have no idea how old he is.
I'm going for 57.
You think 57 more? That he's lived in it. He's lived a full life. Sure. Speaking of people that have lived a full life, yeah, are you lot looking forward to Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.? And do you think that? Tell me why you're not.
Because Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite boxer of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Second to him is obviously Mike Tyson. Both of them can still move. Both of them can still fight. But at the end of the day, they've both aged very well. So I'm hearing that they're going to have full headgear, all of that kind of stuff.
That doesn't mean you can't get knocked out, by the way.
No, it doesn't. And the thing is with them, man, as you know, punching power isn't really an age thing. It's technique, innit? And them, man, they won't lose their technique. Right, you see the man in the ring now. We've all seen that video of Mike Tyson recently going wild.
Hamburger.
Bro.
But that don't mean nothing, though.
What?
It don't mean nothing, though.
The thing is, he still has to catch Roy Jones.
That don't mean that all that shadow boxing thing to me don't mean nothing. Cause I've seen man shadow box in the playground get knocked out in 5 seconds, and I'll put my money on him.
Absolutely. You see the guy that was shadow boxing in the playground that got knocked out in 5 seconds? He had never stepped foot in a boxing ring. Both of these men have. Yeah. Both of these man.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Mike Tyson's let me down later on in life, so I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off. And he is my
Apparently his
go-to guy.
Though. Apparently his podcast.
Which one?
His podcast.
Yeah. I listen to his podcast still. He's smoking in it. Yeah, when he's smoking weed in it. He's smoking weed. He interviewed like Eminem. He interviewed loads of people in it. Yeah, it's a good podcast still. He's got his own weed plant thing in it.
I mean, hey, the fight. I mean, probably a lot of people don't know about who Roy Jones Jr. is. Bloody blah. We've touched on this years ago. Is there things that you should just let go once you get to a certain age?
Wrestling.
As in a wrestling fan, Ace?
No, don't do that. No, I just know that sometimes, like, I've watched The Undertaker wrestle last year and I was like, nah, fam, you need to allow this now. It's too long. You're old, innit? And you're a legend and you're kind of fucking up your legacy. So yeah, allow it. So I'll start with wrestling. I think what I like about rap music is that we're seeing some of the older men rap and are being more mature with their subject matters and talking about stuff that are relevant to their age group. They're not trying to be young.
That's new though.
Yeah, that's new. That's so new. Like,
and that's I think loads of rappers. That's only Jay-Z.
No, my point is, once upon a time, I was like, if you had asked me this 10 years ago, I'd be like, oh, certain man need to stop rapping. Like, allow it. Why they rapping? But now I'm like, I want to hear older content. Maybe because I'm older.
Do you know what is Ace though? But that's only Jay-Z, and that's because Jay-Z is semi-retired from rap.
No, it's not just Jay-Z.
Who else? Common.
Why you gotta go there? No, I think most of even like. Actually, I'm not going to say, but I just think who were the older generation? Like, if you think about it, the average rapper, like big rapper, is probably in their 30s. So I'm saying Jay-Z is probably the oldest one of relevance. So yes,
50, he's like 50 something.
Yeah, so we're going to hear Jay-Z talk about stuff, and Jay-Z doesn't even need to really make music, but he still does. But I think from the lane he does it in is great. And that's why I would never say, like, when you get to a certain age, you should allow rapping. I think hip-hop now is beyond that.
But do you know what it is, Ace? I don't even know if it's beyond it, because Jay-Z's not popping.
Nah, yeah, but not popping and relevant are two different things.
Jay-Z is relevant not because of his music.
But he's still, he can still drop an album and everyone's still going to listen to it and be like, yo, that album's sick.
Not everyone, because it doesn't stream that well.
But the people that it's aimed at, like Jay-Z is not making music for 19-year-olds to jump around to in a club. Of course not. He's making it for the older generation, people that have grown with him, people that want to hear that thing.
The point I'm making is that obviously you've got older content, yeah. But maybe what's happening is that because we're getting older, yeah, we're appreciating this content, and maybe older rappers have always made content, and we've just not cared because we weren't that old.
Apart from Damon probably appreciate like LL Cool J and them when they were doing their thing. What does LL Cool J rap about? What does he actually rap about?
I said Paradise is very nice. I just think a lot of these older rapper chat, yeah, I just feel like it's because we're older. It's not because it's because we're old, so we appreciate that stuff.
What are you saying, that the younger generation will say, no, these man need to stop rapping?
The younger generation
definitely
do say that. They do. I've been in the barbershop, man are going in at Nas and saying he's dead.
Wow.
And I'm just there like, what? And they're like, no, J. Cole's the greatest. Like, how can you even say J. Cole's better than Nas? Like, Nas is better than J. Cole. I've been in the barbershop. Some of the kids in the barbershop, yeah, had never listened to a Jay-Z album or Nas album or Biggie album in their lives.
But that makes sense, because the thing is, why would they? There's certain kids that come into the barbershop that have not seen Coming to America. There's certain kids that come into the barbershop that haven't seen black films and a single episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They know what it is, but they're just like, it's not. Do you know what I mean? And if you look at what they're listening to, I understand that every generation, their parents have said what you're listening to is absolute nonsense. But I've said it from day. The stuff that these lot are listening to now, no.
I can't even enter that debate because I don't want to come across as a dinosaur. But
Bruv, why are you being shook to come across as a dinosaur?
I'll be honest, I was in the barber shop the other day with Damon and those guys, and these guys were playing. It might have been, I don't know, like one of Young Fog's boys, like one of these little babies, no, it was Gunna. This rapper Gunna. And
that song, that had, bruv, the Ace.
Yo.
This guy's got the music video for this song. He has to have subtitles on the music video. Femi, you're lying. Femi, am I lying?
You know what? To be fair, the music videos were lit though. They were levels. They were amazing. But the problem with these songs, right? Well, you know when I realized I was old was when I started to hear rap songs and I don't know what they're saying.
Mm.
And I could try my best to listen to what they're saying, but I don't know what they're saying. And I'm just listening to the tunes and I'm like, I don't even know what you're saying.
Mm.
And I was like, this is what older people used to say when we were young about the music that I listened to. Like, how could you listen to this nonsense? I don't know what they're saying. And that was when I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to tell them about their music anymore. I'm just going to tell them, do your thing, man, them. I appreciate it.
Nah, I think we could still tell them. I think we could. No, you know what, Ace?
Go on.
When I got told, it never hurt me. It never done nothing. Do you know what I mean? Never done nothing. But I think we could tell them, your music shit. You don't know music. This is real music. And so play them some real beat.
I remember I came in the barbershop the other day, and do you remember you lot were playing Mobb Deep, and them man were laughing at Mobb Deep, and it hurt my soul, bro. Like, these men are the man I used to look up to, like, and they're just being ridiculed by these youths. They were laughing at their jeans. They were like, "Why are these men wearing jeans that are 8 sizes too big?" Timberlake. They were getting ridiculed, and it was hurting me, boy. It stung. But yeah, we're getting old, guys, unfortunately. But anyway, that wasn't the question. Anyway, we're talking about things that need to be loud when you get to a certain age.
Cool. Talking about that, yeah. Have you decided now that you're going to stop wearing hats?
No, it's not a decision. It's just I'm more comfortable with my head than I was previously.
And obviously, that must be something to do with maturity, because you wasn't saying this a year ago, and obviously that comes with age, right?
I don't want to get too deep into it, but I think it's a lot to do with. It's about being more comfortable with myself. I think a hat would hide me, and I was able to hide behind it a little bit, and it was like security. And now I'm just here. Like, I see Lee wearing a lot of hats recently. Maybe me and Lee need to have a nice conversation. But yeah, I'm more comfortable with just being here. I'm out. It is where it is. Pause, not out, but I'm out. I don't think it's anything to do with maturity. I just think you just get to a level when you're ready, innit? I've been ready.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, back to Roy Jones. Is Mike Tyson gonna knock Roy Jones Jr. out?
Nah, because they both know each other. They're not gonna go out like that. They're gonna be throwing punches, but it's
Don't get twisted. One man is gonna try and embarrass the other man. 1 million.
I don't think they will though. No, they're
1 million
games,
percent.
man. They're gonna play games with each other, man.
Nah, no. I don't believe. I believe someone.
Is it gonna be pay-per-view?
Yeah.
If pay-per-view, then they gotta go at it, no?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. What? Hey, Femi, what's going on? What's Beyonce has 22, Rihanna has 14. What are they talking about, Femi?
They're talking about, number one albums, number one singles. I don't know, man.
It can't be that many albums.
Singles.
Oh, singles.
Talking about Beyonce, did you not watch what is it called?
That Beyonce thing's amazing. I watched it.
Black is king.
Is it good?
It's amazing.
It's
I tried to watch it.
It come like watching like a Michael Jackson thing from back in the day, like when we were youth, to come like that.
Yeah.
Probably better.
Oh, is it?
Probably better. Yeah. In fact, it is better. I'm not even gonna lie. The story, like in terms of the story,
better than Moonwalker.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Moonwalker was trash. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I just realized the other day, Moonwalker is absolute trash. What is it? Tell me the story of Moonwalker. What is it?
Hey,
What
but
is it?
Beyonce's thing doesn't have a story though.
Nah,
Hey.
Moonwalker was dead. People went to the cinema to watch that.
Beyonce's thing. What's the story of Beyonce's thing?
It was on a streaming service. We didn't go cinema to watch Moonwalk.
What's the story of Beyonce's
Doesn't matter.
thing? Tell us,
It's a
what's the
different.
story?
It's a music video. Moonwalker was billed as a film. We went to the cinema for that.
Beyonce thing was billed as a film as well.
Nah, it's on streaming. We didn't have to leave our house.
Hey, firstly, you're a dickhead.
Tell me why Moonwalker was so good. Tell me why. Explain why.
You know, I'm going to tell you why Moonwalker was so good.
Go on.
How old are you now?
Old.
Right. So let's say you're late. I'm going to put an age on you. It might not be correct, but I'm going to put an age on you. I'm going to call you 39.
All right, cool.
It's taken you 29 years to realize that Moonwalker is trash. Therefore, Moonwalker done its job for you as a child, a fan of Michael Jackson. Are you mad?
Let me tell you what Moonwalker is. So what happens is Michael Jackson comes and then he's a little kid and then they do the bad video. Then he gets chased by a rabbit. Then they have a dance off in the middle of the desert. then there's some little kids that are following him. Then they follow him into a club. Then the Moonwalker video happens. The Smooth Criminal video happens. Then he turns into a car. Then he goes on stage and Dirty Diana. What is that? What is it? Then he becomes a big robot monster.
Genius.
It's stupid.
Hey,
it's an artistic genius.
Let me break it down. Did you watch cartoons?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you remember Roadrunner? Do you remember Roadrunner?
Mm-hmm.
And who was facing Roadrunner?
That white man with the big bucky.
Wile Coyote.
Wile Coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them man were forever running through their desert.
I hear you, bruv. But
so then Michael Jackson seen that is added the element of that. All children love rockets. They love cars. Yeah.
Explain when he turns into the Transformer at the end, the big robot thing.
Who doesn't like
that was mad though. Power Rangers when it all came together.
Femi, as a filmmaker, tell the truth. Moonwalker was trash. Tell the truth.
It wasn't.
You know what?
Moonwalker was trash.
As that
Moonwalker
experience at the time was lit.
Thank you. And that's what it's about.
Nah.
But like, should I be real? Yeah. You see, the Beyonce thing is kind of like a nonsense story as well. It is a metaphor on a metaphorical level. It works. From what I got from it, yeah. Simba is like the little kid in the film is like Simba, Lion King, and he also represents the African diaspora, i.e., like specifically the African Americans who don't realize that they're kings. And in order to reconnect with their kingship, they have to almost reconnect with this child and discover that they're kings. Does that make sense? And that's what the journey is. But the story was threadbare, man. The story was very threadbare. However, what was great about it was that it was a visual feast. I've never seen anything like it. It was incredible.
And it's a visual feast, you know.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I never heard that one. I like that one.
I like that tonight. Yeah.
I'm gonna use that one tonight.
Let me tweet it from our page.
Yeah, I like that. Visual feast. Went to the visual feast.
No, that's what it was. It was incredible. I've never literally, it was out of this world. I think it's perhaps one of the best music video based content I've ever watched in my life.
Go on, Beyonce. Salute to Beyonce. Doing big things. Worth the Disney Plus money. Who was
Beyonce, every album, she's just drinking off these streaming platforms.
Yamming them.
Doing her thing. So big her up, man, because she's collecting all our checks as filmmakers. All the budgets that they should be giving us to make films, they're giving Beyonce to make these music videos.
Femi, as a TV and film person, we've seen in the last 7 days that the BBC have aired programs that contain the word nigger. Do you think it was appropriate? Do you think it was necessary?
I think it was appropriate. I think they were taking a mick, and I think they're taking a mick for insisting on using it and saying that it was needed in this instance. I can't believe they've got the audacity to die on that hill, and I've never heard them use any other swear word on the news in my life. And actually, the word nigger is a swear word. This is why they bleep it out in music on the radio during the day. So if you're bleeping out the N word during the day on the radio, and then you're saying it on the news during the day, it's kind of counterintuitive. So for me, I don't get the fact that they say, you know, they have their editorial team were involved in making, the senior editorial team were involved in making the decision to use the word on the news during the day. But when rappers go on BBC Radio 1 Extra, not to direct it at you or your team, Ace, but when rappers go on 1 Extra, they're not allowed to say the N word during the day. Bro, we
wasn't allowed to say it on our podcast.
Yes, you're not allowed to swear on, and which I understand, and I think is good actually, because I don't want to be watching the news with my children and they're hearing the N word and the context within which. Do you know what made me upset as well? They actually said we cannot post or we cannot reference any of the stuff Wiley said when he was doing his rant last week because it's too offensive. However, it's not offensive for you guys to say the N word on the news.
And she said it with chest.
Ace, our podcast has just come off YouTube.
What do you mean?
Yeah, no, it's come off. That's what I was noticing it. I was noticing my TV spinning.
It's because you lot started using the N word, man. Are you sure?
Lying.
I reckon it's that. No, it hasn't. It's still there.
On my screen, it says something's gone wrong.
No, it's still there.
It's still there, man. It's still there. You sure?
It's there. Bruv, I'm watching it. It's still there.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's still there.
We're back on my screen now.
We're back.
Connecting.
I can hear
Successfully connected.
They can hear us. There you go. See? No one swear though.
And
hold on, wait.
Also, guys, I've never heard them use the P word on the TV. I've never heard them use the Y word. I've never heard them use any derogatory word about any other race on the TV, on the news in my life.
What's the Y word?
Don't worry about it.
It's a word that they say about Jewish people.
Oh, okay.
And they call Tottenham support.
Yeah.
And also, I just think black people, I agree with Ola. I think black people should stop using the N word. I think, it's wild when I go to concerts. I'm at a Kendrick Lamar concert because he uses it a lot in his raps, right? And he's like meant to be one of the most woke rappers. Yeah. Imagine Kendrick Lamar is at I watched him at some concert. I think it was British Summertime a few years ago. And you know your audience is just white guys in Europe, right? When you go to these concerts and you're just using that word every few seconds. I just feel like it's just too confusing.
I remember. I think I've told you this story, of when I went to go see Drake. One of the times I went to see Drake, and at the beginning of his concert, it was like, "Yo, glad to be here, blah blah blah," and he said something like, "I got all my ends in the place," and he paused and he said, "Listen, when I say ends, I mean all my white people and all my black people. Tonight, you lot are my ends, yeah?" And it's funny because the white people that were sitting near me and my brethren, they've kind of looked around like to say, "Is this okay?" No, do not repeat any N word that comes out of Drake's mouth tonight.
Listen,
it will not end well for you.
It's never okay. It's never okay. And I just think it's very unhelpful to carry on having this debate about, whether it's who says it, when they say it, No, it's not okay. It's just, it should be banned from like everyone's lexicon.
I've been saying this for years, Rude Boy. I've been saying this for years. And you know what's funny, what you said about Kendrick Lamar? So one of my favorite rapper out bar Biggie, Common, for so many reasons why he's my favorite rapper, and not just for music. And the fact that he still uses this word, and I look at him as one of the most articulate, educated rappers about today. Do you know what I mean? And when he uses it, I'm like, it actually puts me off. It really does put me off listening to my man. Because I'm like, you are, so you lot, rappers are supposed to be lyrical geniuses. You can come up with another word. You can come up with it. Use the word brother. Use the word brother. Like, there's other words that they can come up with. Like,
even Kendrick Lamar tries to justify it by talking about some like Ethiopian word called Negas or something. I think it's all BS, man. It's not by force. Like, there's so many words that you can use to describe, like, you know, your. I just think it's just lazy. I think it should be banned. I don't even think, as the black community, and that's me. I've said it. You know, I've used the word. I'm not saying I don't use the word or I've never used the word. But I just think it's just weak. Like, it's not empowering. I don't feel empowered saying that word. I don't feel any more empowered. And I just feel like it's kind of pathetic that we're holding on to this thing as though like it's a badge of honor. It's not a badge of honor. And I don't really, and also as for white people saying it, you should never say it. The best example I heard was that, you know, when it's like a term, almost when black people use it, it's almost like they use it as a term of endearment. Like, you call your wife darling or something, and like strangers are not gonna go around calling your wife darling or babes or my sweetie.
Right.
Yeah, you know, and
it's not for you. It's not your thing.
The intimacy of that relationship that you have with those people justifies you using that word. And I don't know why white people are so fixated with using the word.
But Femi, and I'm saying don't use the word, innit? I'm saying don't use the word. But on that argument, if a white guy calls another white guy, yo, my N, yeah, well, go on for that.
It's not your word, bro.
I'm saying no one should use that word.
Okay.
I'm not even saying white guy, blah, blah. I'm saying no one should use it. And I'm saying like white people, you know, it's not your N. You're just appropriating this weird black term of endearment, which shouldn't even be a term of endearment.
Yeah.
Like there was a white guy today, right? He recognized me and he said, yo, he was a Roju, and he said, yo, my blah, 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 Mitch, i.e. my character's name from The Intent. But I was in the car with my children, right? And I was gonna like pull up on him. When I thought
he called you the N-word. He called you the N-word.
Yeah, and I was confused.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
No. I was so confused.
Oh, wait.
I was so confused.
He said, yo, my N-word Mitch.
Yeah, I was so confused. And he was standing next to his black friend. And I was so confused and I was gonna pull up on him, but I thought, you know what? I'm with my kids. And like my kids have seen me.
I'm baffled, bro. I'm baffled.
Yeah, I was confused. And like my kids have seen me get into loads of arguments, and like I'm public arguments, and I'm trying to scale that down because I don't want them to think that's how to resolve every situation. Because I was gonna stick it on him, and he was like a little roju that I see there where I live all the time. So next time I see him, I'm gonna be like, don't ever in your life do that again.
Please do that. I almost got into it. I think I've told this story on the pod before. We had about 4 guys on a train back from Manchester, and I was on my own, and I was wearing flip-flops. I don't know why that's relevant, but I wanted to tell everybody that. But there was a guy in the back of the train, and he was rapping Juicy. But I felt like every time he was saying the word nigger, he was directing it in my... I don't know if I was being sensitive on that day, but he was saying nigger loud and strong. If you don't know now, you know nigger. So I'm not supposed to be saying the N-word anyway. And so I got up and I went over and I was like, can you stop? I can't remember what happened. Basically, back and forth happened. I don't want to say what happened, but anyway, he ended up getting kicked off the train. But I was so angry. I was like furious. Like, and the thing is, it was like every time I felt like he was, the thing is, he might not have even known that it was going to offend me. But I do feel like they should know that they can't say that word. It's not your word to say. And I don't even know if I necessarily agree that black people shouldn't say it. I don't know. It's something that I need. It's a deeper dive, but I know that white people shouldn't say it ever, especially not in my vicinity.
I just think there's some things that we embrace as like being part of black culture and black identity that are just like, actually, what do we get from it? Actually, are we elevating ourselves from it? Actually, is it uplifting for our community? Actually, like, does it enrich our dialogue? Does it enrich our language? No, it doesn't. Like, does it like lead to unnecessary debates on arguments in front of potentially my children? It's just nonsense, man. I just feel like it's just all nonsense. And that's why for me, and this is not even me saying I've never used the word or I will never use the word again. I just know that deep down inside me, even if I do use the word or I ever use the word again, I think I'm wrong for doing that. I think it's nonsense.
Is there any other word, within people's vocabulary that causes this much discussion? Like swear word. Is there any other word out there?
See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
Some people like that word. I've used that word. I use that word regular.
You love that word, innit? I don't like that word. I think that word.
I hate that word, man. I think it's nasty.
It's nasty.
It's nasty.
Well, some people hate it. I mean,
did I tell you about the time I first heard it? Did I say it on the podcast before?
No.
Yeah, I think
when
so.
I first heard it.
I think you did. Well, go on.
At Fort Park. Or it was either Fort Park or Chesterton World of Avengers. And there was just like this
man said World of Avengers.
Yeah, or it was Chesterton Zoo. It might have been Chesterton Zoo them times there.
The Chesterton Park World of Avengers.
Listen, anyway, I was in the queue to go on a ride, and I was young, eavesdropping on a conversation. And there was this white couple, and they're probably teenagers, and I was like probably in primary school. And he was like, "Yeah, I can't wait to get some of that pussy later." And she's like, "Don't say that. I hate when you use that word pussy." And he goes, "Sorry, cunt." I said, "Bumba." What was that?
You're not swearing. They're gonna lock us off.
I was like, "What is that?" That word just gave me a boner, man. I said, "Right, I need to research this word. The word sounds powerful." And then after I ran that past my mum, I knew what time it was. that word can't be repeated again.
Ever.
But it was powerful at the time, man. It was a powerful word at the time, man. The way he said it.
What is wrong with you, Lee?
Look, his teeth didn't even separate. He said, "Cunt."
What's wrong with you?
Sorry. That's why that always reminds me of that anyway.
You not see the video of the brother that was getting have up on the flight to Ibiza because he didn't want to wear a mask?
No, I heard about it.
I saw it. It looked very violent.
People are really upset about having to wear masks all the time.
It's long.
I don't understand why people are upset about having to wear a mask. What? I honestly don't get it. I think people are just more concerned about exercising their human rights, and living in a world where they're not being told what to do than actually wearing a mask. It could be if the government come out and said, "From you come out tomorrow, you have to wear a hat." People would protest about that. Like, I think people are just against not wearing because they feel like they've got argument. And I don't get it because it's something so trivial. It's something so... You lot know my views on this whole corona thing already, Now, I thought about this the other day, and I was saying this in the barbershop. Whether you believe in corona or not, I believe in viruses, And then I started thinking, we should wear this around cold and flu seasons anyway. But the reality is, why do I want to get your flu? Why do I want to catch a cold from you? Do you know what I mean? So even outside of corona, how is it a bad thing to protect yourself and protect other people from spreading a virus that isn't very nice? I don't get it. I'm so confused.
Do you know what I think the problem is? People was allowed last week, 2 weeks ago, you was allowed to walk willy-nilly down the road without it. And all of a sudden, it's compulsory.
Bro.
That's probably what the frustration is.
That's not their argument, though, because if that was the case, do you know what I mean? Like, you would have said that from day. I get it. Like, I found out yesterday that the government have done another U-turn on hairdressers and barbershops. So now customers coming into the barbershop have to wear a mask, whereas last week or the week before, they told us they don't need to wear a mask. Now they're saying they have to wear a mask from Friday. And it's frustrating, it's confusing, I get it. But it's a flimsy piece of cloth or whatever it is that, like, when you walk into the shop, what are you spending 24 hours in the shop? When you walk in
Damon,
the shop,
let me ask you
when
something.
you come out of the shop, take it off.
Damon, are these masks actually protecting you?
Are they protecting me?
Are these masks actually working though? The masks that they're asking people to wear, I've seen all little rigga-digga. I see a mask and it was black and it was originally blue. I was like, you must have been rinsing this mask since
Yeah, but
day
look,
dot. That thing don't work no more. That thing definitely ain't working no more. That's like reusing a plaster.
This is the thing with the mask, yeah. Now I'm hearing doctors and certain officials coming out and saying that the average person should have at least 5 masks. Reason being, when you wear the mask all day, it started like this is what I'm hearing. Certain doctors and nurses have now developed a lung disease because you're breathing in your own carbon dioxide and you're breathing in your own bacteria, which is now causing lung diseases for a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? So they're saying if you're out during the day, you should change your mask at least 3 times during the day. Shouldn't be wearing the same mask.
Do you think they should give out the mask for free then? Because there's people that can't afford to pay for these masks.
The masks are £1.
Yeah, but some people can't afford that though, Damon. It's not for us. When I go to the planting shop and I see the old Caribbean woman in there, and I'm like, right, she's having to pay her little money from that. She's thinking, I don't even want to spend my money on this thing.
Lee, I agree with you, which is why a couple of months ago they taught people how to make makeshift masks. Look, I agree with you, but right now, yeah, based on what the world is saying, whether we agree with it or not, you're talking about saving lives and not saving lives. Like that's what it boils down to. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is these masks, majority of these masks, probably 90% of these masks don't work anyway, so it's not doing anything anyway. So you're not saving no life.
I'm gonna tell you something, Lee. If I have a mask on, if I have one of the masks on that you say doesn't work, and I sneeze in your face with that mask on, and then I sneeze in your face without the mask on, what you think there's not going to be a difference?
No, but what I'm saying to you, what's the likelihood of someone sneezing in your face anyway? When people sneeze, they will sneeze away from you. Do you get what I'm saying? You're giving it that scenario of majority of the time. In my lifetime, I've never seen anyone get sneezed on, or no one's ever sneezed on me in my life. It probably has happened, but I've never seen it happen.
Transport in the winter. Go on public transport in the winter.
Well, people down in dungeons sneezing on people.
Bro, even if there's no one around and no one covers their face, what you think the sneeze ain't going on the handles and the poles and all of that?
I know how far the sneeze goes.
Is it a dungeon?
I ain't been in the dungeon for the last 6 years, bro.
Why is it the dungeon?
I don't know what it's like down there no more.
That is so funny.
Listen, Joy said if masks save lives, they should have done it from the start. There's a lot of things the government should have done from the start. The government's rubbish. We know this. Do you understand? The problem with the government is they're very reactionary. Do you know what I mean? Like
reactive.
Thank you very much, Femi. Pussy.
Childish.
Dickhead.
Oh, dear.
Now we know this, but I mean, I haven't spoken to a single person who's given me a legitimate reason to not wear a mask. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Honestly. Like I really, really, really don't get it. And you know what? Should the government give them out for free? Maybe so. Maybe there should be maybe you should be able to go to your doctor's surgery and get a pack of 5 masks per person for free.
Bro, how can you get rubbers but you can't get no mask?
That's a very good
That's
point.
a wicked question. But that is the best question.
Femi answered that a little while ago. Do you know what the difference is?
They want everybody dead.
No, excessive childbirth costs the government money. That's it. It costs the government money. Not wearing a mask, well, you're gonna die in it. Then die. That's it.
Get out.
Yeah.
A woman caught an Amazon man taking a shit in her garden. Now,
would she have let him in the house though?
What do you mean? If he knocked the door and said, "Can I take a shit?"
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, then he let him do his thing, then, didn't it? Was it on the grass? Was it on the grass?
On the grass in her bushes.
Oh, that's minor, man.
It's a minor.
That's a minor, man.
Like, okay, so I don't want to expose anyone, but I just find I've never been able to. I would never be able to do a number 2 not in a toilet. Does anybody on this Zoom right now want to admit to that having been done that?
I'll be honest with you. I've got toilet phobia. I don't know if I've told you this before. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean that means I've never gone toilet.
Yeah.
Like number 2 outside someone else's house that I don't know, or I'm judging the person that I'm doing it in's house, so the house has to be kind of nice. I don't know this fucking.
What on holiday? What about on holiday?
No, on holiday in a hotel I can do.
Okay.
If I know I'm gonna stay there, but I'll tell you this now, McDonald's, never. That's my
You've
worst
never done
nightmare.
shit at McDonald's?
In a rave at McDonald's, that is my worst nightmare. I would rather shit in the street on the curb than go toilet in them venues. I swear to you. I swear to you, I'm not doing
Where
it.
on your life that you've never gone shit in McDonald's ever?
On my life.
Really?
On my life.
Okay.
Never.
I rate that.
Ever. And I will never do it. I
You
will
know,
never do it.
that's probably why you're losing hair at the back of your head.
You're a fool. The stress. Wait. Do you remember how mortified I was when I had to do it in the toilet at the barbers? I was broken. But it was in my back. I was driving the cab like that. It was the days I used to smoke, yeah? And when you smoke here sometimes, you know, like I was late for my appointment and I said I have a banana or a cigarette. I thought I'm going to have the cigarette. As soon as you have a cigarette, sometimes you want to do it. And I was driving to the barbers like this. It was all in my back. Then I was in traffic. I was like, D, before we do this, I need to go to the toilet. I was sitting like this. And then he had to give me the spray. He had to give me the Dettol. He had to give me everything. Oh, man. I swear you said that when you cut my hair, I smelled like shit as well.
Oh, man.
The violation. So, and you know what Damon's like? Damon's going to let the whole barbershop know what you're doing.
100%.
He's a git like that.
100%.
Like that.
Look, like...
Well, that broke me, man. Even to this day, I still think about it.
The thing is, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Like
not in a club, no way.
There's
absolutely no way. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll go home. I'll just go home.
You know my worst fear is? My worst fear is slipping up in the toilet. You know, in the toilet, when you go to the toilet and it's wee all over the floor.
And it's wet, yeah.
Can you imagine you slipped over and then you went in the urinal? You know that old urinal on the wall, the long one, and you fell in that. Oh my
That's nasty.
God. No, I'm committing suicide. I'm not coming out of that toilet. I'm done. It's over. I'm finished now. That is my worst nightmare. That's my worst nightmare.
I'll go home.
When someone put their hand in, when someone put their hand in there and flip the juice on you, like that.
Allow it, man.
Oh my God. Allow me. I feel sick.
You lot are just different. You lot are just different.
Well, you go shit in a club, David?
Bro, I'll be honest with you.
In a club?
Bro, there's precautions that you can take to make your area nice and clean and tidy.
Nah,
that's
bro.
the reality.
So you're gonna go shit and then come out in 2-step? Nah, G. You can't. It's
not sweating. You know that doo-doo sticking to your boxers? Later. Get the barbarian juices.
We need to move on from this topic, but out of all of us, Ace, you're the one that can't talk about you. Ace, there's people begging for the story. There's people on the chat begging for
what story? What story?
In the clubs, in the hotel after you DJ'd.
This is the thing. I'll tell the honest truth, yeah. If you lot have seen me drinking in a club and I go home early, I'm going home to have a shit because drink goes through me 100%. Like I'm not. If I'm drinking in the rave, I'm leaving before everyone because I know what I need to go home and do. It's that simple. It's that simple. Anyway, hope everyone's fine. What else do we want to talk about? There's some other things there.
There's some other things. Wow. So one of the things, this isn't really a conversation. I heard of a guy that's been called out, a guy that we know, UK rapper that's been called out by some people that he was dating back in the day, for some domestic abuse and domestic violence situations. I mean, I suppose it's just a nonsensical question, because it's like, you know, do men need to, should us as men do more to call out guys that we know that are domestically violent? Because there's people that I know that their attitude is, whatever happens between that guy and his partner is their business. They're not getting involved for various reasons. And the main reason is, through talking to people about this, is that if I try and get involved in your thing, Ace, me and you fall out. You end up staying with your missus and your stuff continues. And now me and you are in beef, bloody blah, that whole, the messenger gets shot, this and that and that, this and that and that, you know. And it happens a lot of times that men actually sit down knowing what their friends are doing and just let it slide on the guise of, I'm not getting involved, or, you know, he's a big man, she's a big girl, they can do what they do, you know what I mean? And even sometimes on the guise of, you know, she gives as good as he gets and all of this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, go on.
I think obviously, I think there's levels, and I think if we're talking about your friend physically abusing his girl, like that can't be my brethren, and
that's not my brethren.
Yeah, that can't be my brethren. You're not my brethren. That's not something that I can do. I can condone, or I can just like. I mean, you can't be parring, and I know that you're going home to be your wife. That makes no sense. Like, that makes me an enabler. That makes me like almost as guilty, if not as guilty.
So then what do? Do you dip out from being that guy's brethren?
No, you ail him up and say, brother, that's not my flex. Don't do them things there, man. That's wrong. You school him. Like,
you have to speak to him, 100%. You definitely have to speak to them. 1,000,000%. But you can't be my brethren, and I know that you're doing that. You can't. I can't. And that's the thing. I need to, like, again, like, I don't want to talk about that situation that you're talking about specifically to that, because that, I don't know. No one knows anything. Like, but I'm saying, if I know that you're doing that, you can't be my brethren. That's not, I'm not rolling with somebody that I know does that to their partner. Absolutely no way. And I have to, I will have to say something. I'd have to.
All right, you see that stance, yeah?
Mm.
Where does that end? And
explain
when I say that, is that just in regards to domestic violence? Like
I know you're going with this. Go on. What, in regards to what? Like, if you're saying, like,
all right, look, I've got a brethren, yeah?
Yeah.
I've got a brethren who I've made a conscious decision to not be about. I've made a conscious decision to not be about, and people have questioned me about this individual, and they said to me, you should say something to him. You should say something to him. And my argument is, Rupert, I'm too old for that. He's a big man.
What is his crime? So
his
not
behavior.
crime about that. What is his behavior though? Like, what do you mean? Is he just
his behavior when it comes to females? Yeah, just moving reckless, not physically abusive or nothing like that.
Yeah,
he's just all over the guy. Like, every time we go to a club, there's some form of drama with this gal and that gal and blah.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're keeping up with, yeah, and I know your baby mother, yeah, and I know what you're keeping up with,
right.
And it got to the point where people started to look at me sideways, like, you understand? It's like, yeah, your boy, this, your boy, that. I'm getting messages from different people. Okay, listen, he's not my boy. Yeah, he's not my boy. And people are like, oh, well, you should have pulled him up about this, and you pulled it. He knows the difference between right and wrong.
I think you can't look at it like that. Your friends reflect on you.
Reflection of you, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And so people assume that you are like your friends. And so obviously if your friend is a known abuser, right, and you are not challenging those behaviors, that actually reflects badly on you. And also at the same time, that's another human being. That's a victim. You've got a daughter. You will never want something like that to happen.
Wait, whoa, I wasn't talking about the guy that I'm talking about. He's not an abuser like that.
No, I'm just talking about in general. So like, why you have to stand up to this type of person? Do you get what I'm saying? And
I know, but Damon saying that, how far does it go? What if you just got a friend that's just a liar? He's just a liar, but he's your brethren, and he just tells lies all the time.
What to
like, no, just to anybody. No, like he's just in general. Like he's just a known liar.
He's not my friend. He's not my friend.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Because you know what it is. I've learned lessons. I've grown like in like, you know, understanding like it's so important. The people who you have around you, you have to be like really meticulous in the way that you pick them, because like that reflects badly on you in business, in life, in everything.
I agree.
Yeah, right, and that was my point. Do you know what I mean? But then, you know, it's like it's just the things that we're happy to turn a blind eye at. That's all. Like that was a conversation that I had earlier. You know, that it's just things that we're happy to turn a blind eye at. You know, and ignore.
I think that also is something that for me comes with age as well, because I think growing up, even if when I say this, I think everybody's going to think of a different person, but you definitely had that one wild brethren, like that was just doing bare random shit, was on different, like had bare stories to tell, was a bit of a wrong-un, but like he was just fun to be around. When you get to a certain age, you're like, okay, cool, I don't really think I can really associate with that. And you might start dropping those people out. But again, I do think that it comes with age. But I do feel like when you're growing up, everybody's got that wild brethren that was in bare different fuckery or whatever. We're not talking about, I think we've moved on from abuse. We're talking about just having a friend that does wild shit. But then you get to a certain age, you're like, you know what? I don't think I can actually be associated with that anymore. Like Femi says, like your friends reflect who you are as a person. But I think like when you're younger, that friend was like fun. It was just like, although you might not have been what he was on or they were on, like you kind of turned a blind eye to it because it was like joke or it was fun. Do you know what I mean?
With the domestic abuse thing, yeah, to go back to that, yeah, you could just snitch to the police and no one would ever know it was you.
Raw.
Do you know, like sometimes you could just tell the police?
Yeah. The law has changed, so yeah. But then you know, it's how long does that abuse continue to happen before the police actually take serious action? It's like, I hear you, you know, and there have been cases where people have come out and said, you've just made life worse for me by confronting him, or you've made life, do you understand what I'm saying? So it is a very, there's times where you think you're doing the right thing.
Just call the police, cuz let them decide whether you've made life like worse for or not.
It's not, but hey, Femi, it's not as easy as that. It can't be let them decide, bro. Because the reality is 9 times out of 10, the police will knock on the door, ask a couple questions, and then potentially leave.
So, but what evidence do you have? What evidence do you have?
I think the police asked the person to move to leave the house, innit? One of the people to leave the house, no? At the time, no.
I don't even know how it works, but ultimately, I'm sure if you snitch to the police secretly, no one would ever know, and you could keep it moving.
What? No one would ever know that it's you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. On that, for that situation, then yeah, I get you and I understand that. Like I understand.
It is difficult, but like at least like you know that you're not turning a blind eye, because turning a blind eye is like is kind of.
You might as well say you're joining in, innit? If
you might as well like have a little dig yourself.
Well, it's happening a lot. Like it is happening a lot.
Not got any happy topics? Someone wants us to talk about the bombing in Beirut, but I don't feel like I know enough information about that.
What was it in Lebanon?
Lebanon, yeah.
I just saw the video.
That looked major, innit?
Yeah, that just happened now. So
was that a bombing?
They don't know yet.
I thought it was just an explosion.
Explosion of some kind. They don't know.
Whoa, that is mad.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it. I've got a relationship corner. Yeah, someone messaged me based on what, sorry, based on what we was talking about last week about the guy pulling up with his mum and the wife wilding out. Yeah, so couples been together. Sunday dinner, the missus is cooking. Yeah. The missus cooks. Yeah. The missus cooks. The mum continuously brings around potato salad and coleslaw. But the missus makes potato salad and coleslaw already.
Mm.
Yeah. So this has been going on for a little while. The guy who's messaged, he knows what's going on in it. He knows that, everyone knows what's going on, but no one said a single thing. And what's going on is the mum thinks the wife's cooking is potentially dead, but thinks that the coleslaw and the potato salad is horrendous. So the mum's just bringing her own to the right. So now, so he's telling me there's been times where his missus has said, "Oh, I feel disrespected that your mum keeps on bringing around various bits of food when I'm cooking." Yeah. Anyway, it all come on top. Yeah. I think like 3 weeks ago or something. It all come on top. The mum's popped up, like the wife's popped off about what is the problem? Don't you like my cooking? The mum's popped off and said, "Nah, your cooking's not up to scratch. It's not up to scratch for my son. It's not up to scratch for me."
Oh, no. No.
Not up to scratch, yeah. See, there was some big backwards and forwards. This is where it got technical. The mum started reeling off dates and times when the food was
No.
So the mum started reeling off that lamb that you cooked, Easter, whatever, nearly made me sick. Yeah. Something. Here's where it gets even more technical. They have a child. When the mum's babysat, the mum has cooked different food for the child. So imagine you and your missus have gone out and left your mum to look after the child and come back and the food hasn't been eaten. And then the mum's like, they said they didn't want that, but I cooked them something else. So all of that's come out. Yeah. Like I won't even give your child the food that you've cooked and left for him, blah, 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 blah. It's a predicament. It's peak.
Nah, I think you gotta have a conversation with Mumsy though and say, "Look, Mum, you gotta chill out, man. You gotta chill a little bit. You can't be reeling off dates and times." She said the lamb was overdone. Easter 2009. Now you're mugging me off though. You're mugging off the wife.
How does he feel about the food though?
Right. This is another bit that. So the mum has spoken to the son about the food, and the son has said, "Mum, he's trying lower." The mum brought that up in the conversation, saying,
no.
Even I was about to say his name. Even he knows that your food, but the mum was just the mum saying like, even he knows that your food's dead. He's there saying, "No, your food's not dead. It's cool. I like it. It's not bloody blah, but it's not dead." It's a big mix.
You know that's the type of thing that will make your wife boycott cooking ever again, though.
Straight.
Then you're in a straight predicament after that, bro. You tell your mum, don't bring them things around here, man. I tell mum, don't bring the argument around here. I'm trying to get peace. I'm trying to go sleep nicely. Allow me, mum, today.
I'm typing in the chat what I think about the mum. The mum is very rude. She's problematic. She's trying to break up her happy home.
You are, innit?
Some mums need to allow it and realize, that actually it's not your time. If you want to cook, invite them to your house, innit? Like if the food is dead, say, you know what? It's night. You know what? To be honest, I think she's within her right to say, you know what? I don't like your cooking, blah, 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 blah. But to start coming with lists and all of that stuff, yeah.
You know the type of mums.
No, because they got into an argument and the mum had to just prove to her
honestly, the mum is your fault. You should have taught your son how to cook proper things.
You understand? Yes, exactly. You know
If
them
you
type of
want-
moms don't even sleep in the
if
bed.
you
Don't even
want
sleep in the
your
bed with the
son-
dad.
Yeah, if you want your son to be equipped to go and make food himself and all of that stuff, yeah.
I know you heard me, Ace.
I missed that one.
I
What
said
do you
them type of moms don't even sleep in the bed with the dad because he's just too fast and eggs up, too loud. They've got separate rooms at home, but you're trying to come into my yard. You're not even juicing pops no more, and you're coming in my yard with them things there, man. Move, man. Go your yard, man. Go soak some peas. But you coming and bringing that into my yard. Your face favor. Sure. Sorry, Femi.
No, I just think the mom's rude. I think she's definitely like, it's almost like she wants that marriage to break down. That's dangerous. That mom is dangerous.
She's mad.
Right. What can, because right now it's turmoil, and the mum did teach the son how to cook. The son's just like, he hasn't really been that fussed. Plus, he's like, I'm not cooking every day. I'm cool with her food. What my guy's issue is, he needs help on reconciliation between everyone. He needs help to bond this family back together.
That will never reconcile.
That's not gonna. Yeah, that can't run, innit? Because mum's is out of order.
No, because mom's too rude.
Mum, you know what? If that's the case, if mum feels that way, then let mum be the host, then, innit? You host the dinner every weekend, then. If that's how you feel, you host it, and you don't complain. That's what I would say. And then tell my missus to bring that mac and cheese around as well that you don't like, and do right on the corner of the table.
Listen. I don't think there's any reconciling this relationship.
Yeah.
Ace, be the voice of reason.
I can't relate. I agree with everything that Femi said. The mum seems problematic. The mum's even a little bit toxic still. She's trying to come in between the son and his his girl. So yeah, I can't really relate
Let
to
him
that.
go and form his own
wait,
family.
hey, if you was forever eating egg and chips,
Yeah.
mum is supposed to accept that.
No, 100%.
But if your mum's a bum, if your mum's a bum cook, then you should learn. You should take that responsibility. You can't complain about cooking if you're not dealing with it.
But the thing is,
standard.
at the time that you should have been learning to cook, you were sitting in jail. So that didn't happen. Yeah. Right. We're dealing with the here and now. Yeah.
But then if you was in jail, them time there, then you deserve chips and bacon when you come out or whatever your wife's cooking you them time there.
So you don't think that the mum and the daughter and you need to sit down and
it won't happen. It won't happen because I know. I can see that kind of mentality in a woman that of that age, and they can't let that go. They can't let that go. They almost think that it's disrespect that you're eating this dead bland food, and they can't just bite their tongue. It's like watching you get abused, like we just said, and saying nothing. They're going to bring it up every single time. I've got a brethren, his mum just like that, and I can see it unraveling.
Also, if to tell the truth, if he is unhappy with the food that his girl's cooking, then he must say something too. But he must say it before his mum says it. That's the
He
premium.
never said he's unhappy. He said he's just cool with it. There's a couple conversations that he's had with his mum where she's like, yeah, it wasn't all that, but he was fine with it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the reality.
Well, anything's better after jail food, isn't it? If man was eating jail food all that time, then he should be fine.
Went to jail. That was
see.
reality.
Okay.
He never went to jail. But
You know what though?
The only thing that is gone, Lee.
And I'm gonna say, in my head, I'm thinking, telling my gal her food is dead. It's like telling her she's dead in the bed. It's going to be the same kind of argument. It's going to be the same kind of thing. I can see the same problem of what I don't even know which one I'd rather say. I think I'd rather bring up the sex before I bring up the food. Bruv, telling a girl about her food, bruv, they're not going to let that go, bro. That's a deep thing, bro.
Deep.
Mad
deep. Tell him to allow it. All right.
Tell him to allow what? Allow what? What do you allow it? Allow what?
Tell him to tell his mum to allow it. Like, don't do that.
You know what?
You're messing up a happy home.
Okay, so what? Should his mum apologize? That's what we need to.
The mum should apologize, but she's not going to apologize.
She ain't gonna apologize. No way.
Okay.
It's the mum's fault. The mum is the problem here. No one else is the problem. The mum is actually, like A said, she's toxic in this situation. She wants her son to move back home.
In it, yeah.
That's what's going on here.
Straight.
Mumsy should definitely apologize. On that note, people wanted us to talk about Wiley getting his YouTube and his social media platforms taken away from him. I think it's unfair. That's all I've got to say.
I agree with you. I think it's unfair.
I think it should have been suspended for a long period of time, but I don't think they should have taken away all these platforms for communication, because we're still hearing propaganda from Donald Trump every day, and that's in a way state sponsored. And we're still hearing racist comment by all these people, like by even what's her name's got Instagram. That girl, that woman,
Kate Hopkins.
Yeah, she's on Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
Still have social media access. All these racist right-wing organizations have their social media platforms, and I just think it's unfair. That's my.
So Fem, is he not going to get it back then?
It looks like he's not going to get any of these things back.
That's wild.
Wow, that is mad, isn't it?
Like I said to someone, he needs to do big apology. Needs to get all the rabbis he can find, or any rabbi that will sit next to him to do an apology. Otherwise, he's never going to get this back. But I actually think it's unfair.
Did you see the Trump clip today?
The one where he's arguing with the presenter.
He said, with a straight face, "We have less deaths than the world." Did you see that? Is he all right?
Bro,
he took a piece of paper and he said, like, "No, look, we've got less deaths than the world." What? Are you okay? No, I'm seriously. He's the leader of the free world. This is mad.
It's crazy, boy. It is
crazy. Man. Anyway, all right, we'll be back next week. Anything else we got to say before we duck out of it? I'm back on the radio on Monday.
Big up.
Are you doing the same slot?
Yeah, man. 10 a.m. I'm going back to work. I'm so excited.
10 a.m. till when?
10 till 1. I'll be back on Monday. So yeah, I'm gassed.
Gassed about that. What?
So you put the podcast on the other podcast?
Yes, I can. I'm gonna do that. Sorry.
You know what I need? I need help with something.
Go on.
How to celebrate my birthday?
Yeah.
Like restaurants are only allowing groups of 6. Some are groups of 8. I feel like I'll be hypocritical if I have a party in the park based on what's been going on in my park. Hey, you know we called the police on for the people in the park.
Why? You snitch.
Let
man live, man. Like back in the day when they had your shebeens.
Let me just run this past you, yeah. So imagine being woken up at 3 a.m. So the thing didn't start at 9 or 8 or 10. Imagine being woken up at 3 a.m. by loud music being played from a car right outside the house. We've woken up, looked out the window. There's bare people outside. The road's jam again. Somebody has organized a silent party for the park. Now, the problem wasn't the fact that it was a silent party. The problem was all of the noise before the party. There was arguments. There was shouting. There was some woman, whoever organized it, was talking loud, shotting tickets for this silent party at the gate of the park. Like, I think it was like £20. Have you paid your £20? It's £20 to get in, and here's the headphones. Bro.
Wait. Let's go back, Damon. So you heard man thumping tunes outside your door in the whip. First and foremost, you got to send wifey out to go and check it out and see what I want. First and foremost, babe, put your dressing gown on and your flip-flops and tell man to turn it down. Straight.
You know what the worst thing is? I don't need to tell her that. She's from Birmingham and Brixton.
Yeah,
she's
out there before unit. Yeah, babes, no. Them man are strapped, man. I've seen them man before they're strapped. Trust me. No, I know them man. They're shooters. Stay in the yard. Stay in the yard. You don't want that smoke, B. You don't want that smoke. Definitely.
Bro, listen. Free Femi woken us up at 3 a.m. Bruv, do you know the sun comes up at 4:30, starting to 5? Bruv, there was no more sleep for the rest of the night, cuz.
Let's be honest, if anyone has rights to have a party, there should be you, know?
Bruv, do you know what the police
you
said?
should do it.
Do you know what the police said? The police said that they have little, if not zero powers to confiscate equipment. They can't do anything. And more people know this. They can't do anything.
Why can't they confiscate equipment? Because it's got to be quarantined.
I don't know about quarantine, but flatty hardly.
No, but you know, no, but why can't they come?
That was good. That was good, Lee. That caught me off guard still.
You know, a joke. I tried on some clothes in the shop today, yeah, and the man had to take it in the back. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh yeah, no, we have to quarantine this because you tried it on." I was like, "What are you trying to say?" They take your garms now when you try them on, even crepe. When you try on crepe, they have to take them off and spray them and do something.
Yeah,
you know that?
Yeah.
This is mad.
Yeah, what should I do? I feel like a bit of a hypocrite. And the thing is, I don't want to have a party in the park next to my house. Because it's just too far from everyone. You man can play. Look, you man come down to the podcast. Oh no.
I said I'll come down. I'm on doing the podcast.
I'm staying at your house. What do you mean?
When come down next week to do the podcast, then.
It's your big 7-0.
I'm on it. Right, listen, I don't like Zoomcast.
All right, let's do this next. We'll do it in person next week.
I'm done with Zoomcast. I'm done with YouTube lives.
Yeah, I'm done.
No offense, guys. No offense.
Listen, you're listen. Stop taking away from my thing. I need some help.
Have your party. I think you should do it. Start off early. Start off about 8. Obviously, man's gonna get about 1, and then we just do our thing. I think if anyone has it, you should do it, man.
I need some ideas. I'm not even sure if I want. I don't know. I need some ideas. Got to give a mad shout out to Aisha's granny. It's her birthday this Sunday. I'm not sure how old she's gonna be, but I know she's older than 60 years old. I don't know her official age, but Aisha's granny's birthday this Sunday. Happy birthday to Granny.
Happy birthday, Granny. Was you in the same class as Eddie?
Lee.
That was so good. Lee, that was good.
You still need to get a haircut, Lee. That's fine. I'm storing it all up. Yeah, I'm storing it all up. Aisha's granny is 85. So shout out to Aisha's granny. She's probably one of the very few people that is allowed to mispronounce my name. Yeah, and she mispronounces my name. Aisha bagged her. She called me Damien, but the thing is, Aisha bagged her up, and then she would sit there and look at Aisha in her face and tell her, "No, I called him by his right name. I did call him Damon." Aisha like, "No, you said Damien." She's like, she just doesn't care. But yeah, happy birthday, Granny.
Fair people call you Damien. I thought your name was Damien for time.
Yeah, some of my boys call you Damien as well, to be fair.
Some of your boys are pussios, Lee. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. What's going on? Anything else to say, lads?
No.
All right, cool.
All right.
So basically, we do this live in person, and then we need to figure out a way to go live whilst we're in person.
What do you mean? Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
We can just go live. I have a camera here, and we just do it in front of the camera.
All right, cool. There you go.
That's it.
People, thank you. We'll carry this on, but Ace will also upload onto Acast and all the other podcast platforms.
Are we on Acast? This is funny.
I don't know how we're on Acast, but we are.
Oh, we are? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. All right, cool.
You syndicate it to Acast, or
do I? I don't know.
Do people just rip it? Do people just rip it and put it on Acast?
I have absolutely no idea.
Upload the things, fam. Ace, upload the things.
All right, allow it, man.
No, not allow it. You get away with murder, you know.
Really? What do you lot get away with? Don't get me started about what I do for this month.
Another one of them.
Yeah, all right, cool. Now I'll do it. When I have some time.
On the level,
Can I have my chair back, please, Ace?
Which chair? Oh yeah, it's in the car. Do you want it today?
Yeah, bring it around today.
All right.
With some jollof rice from your mum.
Whatever. Femi, what was you gonna say?
Before I go, there's a podcast. Yeah, I might be late on this, called The Missing Crypto Queen. I listened to it on BBC Sound. It's lit. So if you want a new podcast, it's like a 8-episode thing.
Look at Fit David's face. He's like, "What? You're promoting someone else's thing?"
It's lit.
Knock off the team.
It's informative.
Hey, if anybody wants a haircut, there's a barbershop in Streatham. Yeah, it's banging. Like they do.
You know what I mean? forget all of that. Let's all start watching Noel Clarke films. Let's just watch Noel Clarke films.
I like Noel Clarke.
Hey, if you want to listen to a radio show, Manny Norte on Capital Extra. I'm out anyway.
Then you could trust.
All right, see you lot later, yeah?
Is there not another comedian that we can watch as well?
Ojo.